remember anything at all? It's sad to end up in such a state. Still, you're one who deserves to hear it. No. You have to know. She was my mentor and protector. She was also my purpose. My dream. It feels strange. Almost unfamiliar. It's been ages since I felt understood by anyone. If I had a sister, maybe this is how it would feel. A mix of joy and a little awkwardness. She vanished, and it was a very long time before I went looking for her again. Sometimes I worry it's too late to catch up to her. But I can't stop now, so I am glad to have found you. Alone, I would have wandered lost for much longer. It might sound silly coming from someone who drew her sword on you the moment we met. But it is the truth. I'm glad you were strong enough to take it. I could have at least started with a greeting, I suppose. I am sure plenty happened to you before you got this far. Isn't a person's mettle forged through experience? So I, too, want to hear your story. If you're willing. Would you share a bit? What brings you here? Is there another purpose besides investigating this wave? It's almost a bland answer, but it's also the obvious and correct one. Whether Lady Enslar will hear us out, I do not know. But for whatever reason, I feel a strange confidence in you. You have a stronger will than I do. No. Is that an odd way to put it? Maybe you'll accomplish the things I never could. In the end, both you and I must keep moving forward. Come on, let's get going. Up there. Looks like there's a ruin. Let's climb up and investigate. I see what looks like remains of buildings. Maybe we'll find some traces someone left behind. I see some ruins over there. Unfortunately, it seems we're unwanted guests. You down! Well, that's all sorted, so let us... Looks like the goal is close. Let's hurry. Thought they were welcoming us. But it looks like we're on the right track. There seems to be some kind of space over there. It's blocked by a barrier for now. There must be a device that dispels it. Let's search the area a little more. Did you find anything? If it's a calling from Lord Elion, it usually means death. I would think the signal for victory would be the sound of a war horn. Speaking of horns, I think there are mountain sheep around here. How about you hunt one and offer it as a... Did you... It's open. All thanks to you. All right, let's go inside. Is this a space used by Lady Enslar? If so, then these records are...
At the end, one conclusion is reached. Elion has been corrupted. That's not something we can just stop or leave be. It's something that's been happening for a very long time. The hand that brought justice with the scales of judgment is now weighed down by greed and injustice. The noble and exalted Elion allowed the branches of darkness to stretch throughout this world. No, wait. Or maybe he's recovered his original intentions.
What is this? This can't be happening. Yes. We can't let ourselves be swayed by such heresy. Our faith, built over long years, runs deep. You probably feel the same. But every single moment was filled with earnest prayers and devotion to Lord Elion. Thank you for making me realize. Perhaps I am fatigued. For a moment I was shocked and had thoughts that weren't mine. The ones who dared to commit such blasphemy, I will find them and tear them limb from limb. Even though the document we first found is blasphemous, considering the peculiar circumstances here, I think it's worth searching for more. Let's check the other records in this room. At least one of them should have something legitimate. Could you help search the records in this room? Check the bookshelf over there.
We needed a vessel that could fully contain and imprison the dark power taken from Elion. A vessel that could banish the darkness with pure, overwhelming power. And even contain the darkness and self-destruct with it. At first, I tried to do that myself. The problem was, if I failed, there'd be no backup. I needed someone with pure and great sacred power who could either become the vessel or stop me, should I fail. I've taken in a child. One who will serve as the vessel. A child with a power greater than any I've ever seen. I acted as her godmother and taught her myself. She was bright and learned quickly. I taught her to wield sacred power, the sword, the tenets and ceremonies of Elionism. Conviction, justice, sacrifice. I know it was harsh, but it had to be done. When she was finally ready, I told her, Divine Elion is in danger, and only you can stop it. I'm sorry, Greta. And Margarethe simply nodded. Traces of God remain across the world. What happens to a world stripped of blessings? Elion's ruin is the downfall of the world itself. To avoid the downfall, Elion must be purified. If we can draw out Elion's pure divine power, Can it cleanse away the darkness within? Fortunately, this hypothesis was proven through experiment. Sacred power could bind the dark energy. Darkness has begun to invade Calpheon. This world. A disaster. That's all you could call it, a horrid tragedy. Countless lives were swept away like autumn leaves. People called it the Black Death. Ah, oh noble and exalted Elion, why do you place such trials upon us? Is it because our sins are so deep you wish us annihilated? Or do we simply lack the means to comprehend your will?
All the records here contain things only Lady Enslar herself could have known. In that case, does that mean all these records were written by Lady Enslar herself? No, it can't be. That's impossible. It must be false. Someone must have forged the handwriting. I see. You've already figured it out. Indeed. I am Margarethe, from those records. Lady Enslar herself took me in as a goddaughter, taught me, raised me, as the prototype Valkyrie. You know too, don't you? The first Valkyrie. Only one can be called the first Valkyrie. Yes. Don't you get it yet? You're the same as me. No. I am you. Since you've come this far, surely you know as well. Well, I mean about Edania. You recognize this weapon, don't you? I am the only one left who can wield it. The very first weapon created before the Lancia to oppose the evil god. No. I'll believe in her to the end. Lady Enslar spoke of justice to the very last. You probably learned about Kazaka too, right? Once the god of hope, now a god of corruption. Gods are omnipotent, so they can change. However, our faith does not falter. Even if she is the ruler of Orbita, there must surely be a clear purpose behind it. See for yourself. I was her disciple, but I do not carry a Lancia. That's right. I was, after all, a failure. Destined for disposal by the Church. But I was spared, thanks to Lady Enslar. That is the person she is. She doesn't follow the Church's rules, but lives by Lord Elion's teachings. Let's examine the records a bit more. Maybe she wrote something about it being a mistake.
In the end, the project collapsed. Margarethe was sealed away as a result. I cleaned up the aftermath, and built many hypotheses to supplement the failed ritual. I hid Greta where only I could find her, then destroyed all records related to the experiment.
Yes. Enslar and I were nothing more than tools to them. They hid us, erased us, tried to wipe us out entirely. I was their shame, a stain they longed to conceal. Yet even then, Lady Enslar never abandoned me. I searched everywhere for Lady Enslar, who had saved my life. But all I heard was legends of her. But the trace of her I finally found cannot be something like this. No, it cannot be. I shouldn't judge its entirety with just this. There could be... I should check more records.
In addition, the Church was never fond of Margarethe's appearance, especially being the first Valkyrie, for facing against evil gods and the sort. Flawless, and yet, the followers were frightened by her. That's why. I put down the sword of divine wrath and punishment, and took up a spear of purity and purification, and sought even more sacred power, gathering more children who could become vessels for my research.
Did Lady Enslar truly choose to continue protecting Lord Elion by her own will? Even if Lord Elion fell to corruption, even if Elion became a god of evil.
Soon, the Church's intervention began. When they saw that the completed Valkyries were loyal only to me, they felt threatened. As my position in the Church grew more secure, they eventually resorted to summoning the god of evil. Offer the pure blood of the Valkyrie as sacrifice. Do all of this in Elion's name, they said. It was a cheap tactic to reduce the Valkyrie's number and weaken my influence. But even though I knew what they were up to, I had no power to refuse. Many beautiful children fell under the claws of the evil god. Countless believers of Elion even now wait only for the divine salvation. To those who would use even evil gods for power, what is the point of telling them about the corruption of the divine? Divine Elion, which path should your servant take? I prayed and prayed, seeking the answer from my god. After collapsing from unconsciousness the 108th time, I finally came face to face with my true self. There was no difference between the church I hated and myself. Both of us were obsessed with the result, the one killing the Valkyries. Holding them on the basis of defeating evil was me. I sealed away Kazaka and left Calphion to Edania, where Elion led me. And finally I realized darkness was Elion's own choice. I saw the future. The darkness that would wash over at the end. Judgment Day, arriving by God's almighty will. What choice should we make? Painful resistance or peaceful respite? When the end comes, chaos will devour the world. A world swallowed by the terror of demise will fall into irreversible chaos if weak mortal strength cannot stop the end. And rebellion against God only brings greater chaos. I'll wait for the rebuilding after apocalypse and uphold the order of the world. I'll cover humanity's eyes, so until the final day, they can live every day just like yesterday. Preserving the present is the destiny I have been given.
The dark energy trapped under this land's sacred power was proof that Lord Elion had indeed fallen. Did Lady Enslar really make this choice? Was it all to conceal the god's fall? No. The Fallen must have clouded her mind. Once they're dealt with, Lady Enslar will return. I'm going on ahead. You don't have to follow. What exactly is the problem? I merely struck down the demons who obscure the truth. They deceived Lady Enslar and clouded her judgment. Otherwise, how could she have made such a choice? Why are you stopping me? Are you siding with them too? Then what are you trying to say? No. I won't believe it. It was all lies. This notion that Enslar followed Elion into corruption. That can't be the real truth. The woman I knew lived her life in unwavering righteousness. The convictions she instilled in me, her sense of justice, they couldn't have been lies. No. If they were, then what have I been fighting for? It's all their fault. If I destroy every last one of these fallen, then surely Lady Enslar she'll return in the radiant light of justice once more. She'll come back to me. How can you say that? How could you, of all people, say something like that? I thought if anyone could understand, it would be me. We have to bring Lady Enslar back to who she once was. The justice that we learned from her. Oh, Enslar. I know. You're right. Yes. Lady Enslar has truly me. But you're stronger than I am. No. Sorry. I projected my own weakness onto you. Did Lady Enslar really fall? By her own choice, not by anyone's hand, did she choose to walk the path of darkness, following Lord Elion? I'm sorry. Only now, thanks to you, am I able to accept the truth. If Lady Enslar has really abandoned this world, if she has now chosen to yield to evil till the end, Right. If I'm to set justice straight, I must stand against her, even if it means defying her. Will you help me? So I don't repeat her mistakes. Will you walk with me? Thank you. If not for you, I would have followed her blindly, eyes closed and ears shut. Yes, surely. That's true justice. The conviction we built for ourselves. Wait. Do you feel it too? The flow of sacred power, it's converging into one place. Is it the device? Or the result of defeating these creatures? It's that way. Let's go. The current of sacred power seems to have gathered here. There's another stone here. Is it different from the ones we've seen so far?
I've been waiting for you. I'm Crescentina. I followed Lady Enslar here to Edania as a Valkyrie and her sergeant. Like the other Valkyries, before darkness consumed me, I sealed myself away. I did it to block the path to Lady Enslar. To guard this place, you have. Yes, you've unlocked all the keys of truth. Margarethe, the child who lived 2 lives.
How do you...
I only followed her after you were sealed. But she definitely told me about you, back when she took up the sword instead of the spear. She had adopted you herself for Elion. Had she met you again before she steeled her resolve like now? I wonder if things would have occurred differently. When Lady Enslar left Calpheon, she entrusted her sacred power to Enslar, her successor, by sealing it into the Lancia. Then, her iconic red hair turned white, and she told us who chose to follow her. Everything you've believed until now will be denied. Only those confident they can endure should follow. A cruel reality awaits. Are you prepared to embrace death in silence? Those who swore to follow Enslar came to this land, and here witnessed the end of everything they had believed in. Some denied the truth they had learned, while others insisted resistance was necessary, even against Elion. Amid the confusion among the Valkyries, she said they would remain here and would not go against Elion, to vow to protect Elion to the very end and die here. that it was the only way to prevent greater chaos. She said that was the path to protect the weak, who would otherwise be swept away in the world's unrest. To those who could not follow, she ordered, "Forget everything you've seen here and return home." Yes, most of the Valkyries who followed her to this land chose to remain by her side. At the time, she was the only pillar of light in a corrupt church, especially for those who followed her here. After her declaration, she awakened an even greater sacred power than ever before. Maybe it was Elion's final blessing, granted to the one who chose to fulfill the Lord's will directly. Then, Enslar embraced the dark energy for Elion's sake, and with it, she came to rule this land.
So that's why everyone followed and fell here.
Too much sacrifice has already been made. Most lost themselves, consumed by the dark energy. Lady Enslar has probably also reached her limit. At this rate, she may lose herself too. Any more sacrifice is meaningless. We now must give up on Elion. Can you truly stop her? Do you think you can break her will? If so, please, stop her. This is our last request. Margarethe, I'm counting on you. With her, only you can grant her true rest.
What did I... Can I truly defy her? Forgive me. Somehow in front of you, I can't stop showing my weaker side. You are soft, that much is true. But perhaps that isn't weakness at all. Is this, too, the result of being severed? Maybe so. Perhaps I can entrust everything to you. If I'm with you, can we truly stand against her? Well, thank you. We finally made it here thanks to you. Even if in this form, I must meet her again. I'm truly grateful I could face myself. If I were alone, I would never have found this confidence. Come on, let's go in. She's waiting for us.
Enter Greta and Edania. You look at me with eyes full of blame. Do you know the truth?
Enslar! Please stop! Do you want this world to be devoured by a fallen god? Is this the justice you once spoke of?
Greta. Yes, Greta. I have lost my justice. The revered hero of Calphion is here no more. Elion accepting the darkness. It doesn't matter. The core hasn't changed. Without Elion, this world cannot survive. Our world is built upon the divine. I'll carry the resentment of those who sacrificed for me, and defend this place for my own convictions and justice.
Holding true to the original pure conviction. Upholding righteous justice to the very end. You taught us how to move forward. That was you, wasn't it? Enslar?
You remember well, Greta. Yes, that's right. Back then, it seemed the only way. But Greta, once you've withholden the blade of conviction and taken up the shield of justice, what can you really do? Have you counted how many fell for such conviction and justice? Wars waged under the flag of justice only ever gave rise to a dreadful reality. Behind the lofty bellow, only the red tears of unnamed sons and daughters remain. I'm doing all I can. Greta, will you not join me one more time? I know the sins I owe you. I am sorry. But this is the path we have chosen. Brave Greta. Could you tell the weak standing behind you the same thing? That their god has fallen? To children too young to know death? To parents trying to feed their kids for just one more day? To patients trying to survive just another day? To those clinging to hope with a sliver of faith? Can you say they've only ever believed in evil? That we should face the end together? I want to give them one more day if I can. If the future's fixed anyway, then at least let us delay it. Meaningless resistance only hastens the end. Whatever we choose, the end will arrive. Are you going to burn all lives in search of an uncertain future that may not come? Not everyone can be as determined as you. Just because you faced death, did you forget the fear? You say you were granted a second life, another chance. But do you think you've come back against the order of death? Can you really say that you and the other you are the same exact beings? Greta, Edania, the black being beside you. How do you think it raised your body again? Oh my. Looks like we've talked much longer than I had planned. I guess I got excited. It's been so long since I've met people. Seems we've confirmed each other's beliefs and justice enough, so I don't know if there's much point in going further. Greta, I've come very far. I do not regret it. I won't look back. Ever. I'll carry the resentment of those who sacrificed for me, and defend this place for my own convictions and justice. Greta and Edania, I'm sorry. I cannot allow you to pass. If you believe my justice to be no longer just, then go ahead. Judge me by your own definition of the word. Take up your weapon. See your justice through. Poor Greta. I told you, resistance is meaningless.
Please, please, Enslar. It's not too late to stop this.
You're wrong. I cannot turn back now. Greta. Yes, truly you were fit to be king, And so, I cannot let you go to them. Witness it. The power of the divine.
So, you intend to succumb to evil until the end?
The final day has come. Rise, all of you, and atone.
Yep! Yep! Let there be glory! Yep! By my blade! In the light's name! Let there be glory! Yeah! Yeah! Ha! Yeah! Ha! Yep!
With my faded power alone, I cannot stop the true king. If that is so, by Elian's might, I shall remake this flesh! Greta, why?
Because this is my calling. The sacrificial vessel to contain the darkness for the light. Other me. To leave hope for the future, I give you my life. Please, with my own hand.
Greta. Do not forgive me. Justice in your mind, Elion in your heart, and the scales of your convictions at the tip of the lance. Take up your weapon. See your justice through.
I like, I condemn! Up. Yup. Yep. Up.
So this is your justice. The Master's justice has stopped and perished. The disciples' justice still flows and lives on. And so, I'll leave it to you, Greta. Elion is fallen, do not count the sacred power you wield as lost. Your blades, forged with goodwill, have never been stained. Even for a moment, your light has always shined for justice, protecting the countless vulnerable behind you. Power depends on who wields it, so harness it with your convictions and faith.